Hello, welcome to Walking with a Camera. This is the first time I've been out in 3 months with my camera. Told my wife I wanted to go out and asked her if she wanted to come with me. She said, nope, you need to go and get your groove back. And she's right. The last 3 months, I hadn't been feeling it. So, I'm out, looking around, walking with a camera. Gonna start looking for images, things that speak to me. Maybe I'll find something, maybe I won't. But we're gonna give it a try. Because after a long dry spell, too long really, sometimes you just have to force the issue and prime the pump. It's not a bad day, overcast. There's good light coming through from the sun. It's just after 9 o'clock. Let's go see what we can find. Who knows? We might find something brilliant and epic. We might find nothing. But we'll keep looking. Let's go for a road trip. So what exactly do we mean when we talk about looking for an epic image or an epic photograph? Well, to be quite honest with you, that's in the eye of the beholder and what it means to the individual who's taking the image. Photographers speak about looking for that epic image, usually in relationships to what they observe with their eye and analyze with their brain and the perfect composition. I tend to think that there's no such thing as the perfect composition. It all depends on the individual and what exactly you're looking for. This is the Grand River. It's extremely photogenic. It's an old meandering river. Been around for centuries. People have lived along it for centuries. First Nations and 19th century development. Where I am right now is the village of Onondaga. Grand River is an epic river. It's an old river, has a lot of stories to tell. And maybe we'll find one along here. Just depends on where we're going to look. But it's not a bad day. It's cool. Spring, early spring. Let's go explore. This is Ruthven. It's a historic site that's along the Grand River. It's built originally by the Thompson family and was in their family until the last member died. I'm not exactly certain when, but it was quite some time ago. It's one of the things that you find along the Grand River, and it's a very interesting site to go in, wander around. There are tours. It is open in the spring, summer, and fall. The grounds are beautiful, and they're right beside the Grand River, which is just over that way. And I will turn you around so you can have a look. The inside of the mansion is quite beautiful. Well worth a stop. It's just north of Cayuga. Yeah, I've been through it a couple times. Very interesting. Grounds are large. Unfortunately, the walking trails through the property are flooded out, so you can't go through them because they're closed. It's been a rather wet winter and spring, so the Grand River's quite high. I would say this building falls into the definition of epic. We'll have a look around the grounds and see what else we can find. So that's Ruthven. We're going to keep driving down the Grand River. I'm going to save another visit here for another day where I go inside the building and see if I can photograph the inside. But because I want to head down to Lake Erie, see what I can find, it's all about priming the pump and looking for epic. I think Ruthven falls into the definition of epic. It's pretty cool. At the very least, it's extremely cool. So if you're in the area, drop in. Friendly staff, you'll like the place. Maybe on days when it's a little drier and you can walk the trails. Let's keep going south. So, what is an epic photograph exactly? What do we mean by epic? Well, the word epic, by definition, something brilliant, something big, something large, something stunning. But when it comes to art, what does epic mean? And I think we fall into this trap of this expectation of something that is going to be so overwhelming that we're absolutely stunned by it. Now, yes, there are great pieces of art throughout history that are epic. I mean, you walk into the Sistine Chapel and look at the ceiling. That's epic. That's huge. That's stunning. A lot of the works by the Group of Seven in Canada in the early 20th century and right up into the mid-20th century, those are epic. they present the Canadian landscape in a very unique way. But here again, what do we mean by epic, especially in photography? And I think it's subjective. What I might find as epic, somebody else might not. I've taken lots of photographs that I've thought were brilliant. To me, they are brilliant. But to other people, they're not so much. So it's really a situation where you have to look at what you do from a subjective point of view and what it means to you. The most important person who is going to view a photograph is the photographer. And I've used this quote before by Ansel Adams. The most important distance, and I'm paraphrasing, but the most important element of a photograph is the 12 inches behind the camera and how you compose it, how you look at it, and how you view it. And when you view any photograph, and again, Ansel Adams says, there are only two people, the photographer and the viewer. And he's right. And so when you try to define the version of epic, or what you look as something, an epic image, you really have to view it in terms of the self and how you look at it, what you do, and what it says to you and how it speaks to you. So always keep an open mind when you're looking at images or anything you do. I mean, my wife is a crocheter, and she's, in my opinion, an epic crocheter. She's produced some very brilliant things. And she would regard herself as a rookie at this, and she's very much learning, but she still produced some epic pieces. One of which she gave as a gift to a friend of mine, or a friend of ours, and he just fell in love with it. So, epic, I think you really have to be careful how you define what is epic and what you're looking at. Now, needless to say, keep an open mind, and if something is brilliant and epic and speaks to you in that way, brilliant, great, that's perfect. Then that's what it does. We're on the back roads. This is a river road we're on, and we're heading south. We're going to run into Lake Erie eventually, but I think it's getting time for a cup of tea. So the first stop we're going to make is Tim Hortons, and we'll probably do that in the next half hour or so. So keep pushing, keep looking for those epic images, or those images that speak to me, and we go from there. So I'm now in the town of Port Maitland, and I'm just sitting here relaxing a little bit before I get out and see what I can find. Even have a cup of tea. Even bought a donut. Toasted coconut. One of my favorite. Really good. I've been to Port Maitland many times. There's an interesting lighthouse here. I've photographed it a number of times, different weather conditions, different elements. As I said, I'm not looking for anything new. I'm just priming the pump and getting myself back into the groove of photography after 3 months and doing a great deal of not very much. And so far, it's been a good day. So let's get out, see what we can find, make some images. Yeah, it's going to be good. So here we are on the north shore of Lake Erie. This is an area I've shot before. There's a boat ramp here. It's a little beat up looking, but it's not bad. Gives you a good vista of the lake. There's interesting cloud formations. It's been a good day. I would definitely say that I've primed the pump and taken some good photographs. I'm not certain if there's an epic image in the group that I've taken, but I've definitely primed the pump and I've definitely got the groove. It's been a good day, but I think it's time to head home, have a look at what I got, put it in the Lightroom, see what's there. Just remember, when you're looking for your own groove is whatever you do. Sometimes just get out and prime the pump, push the envelope. What you do may not be epic, but it will help you to find that creative spark and to bring it back to the surface and to help reignite those passions that you had. Don't let things like a bad winter or how you're feeling or a rainy day stop you from doing anything. Just get out there and do those things you enjoy and rediscover them. Go to places you've photographed before, or places you've been to before, to look around and try to look at them with a new set of eyes. That's what I've been trying to do today, and well, time will tell if I'm successful. It's been a very enjoyable day. Traveled down the Grand River, and here I am on the north shore of Lake Erie, looking out at the clouds and the lake. It's a beautiful, calm day, very little wind. So yeah, it's been a good day. Just remember, in your own exploring, in your own walking around, keep walking with a camera. Till next time, cheers.